radioactive. I kid you not. It had a radioactive isotope in it called cesium-137. It'll kill you. Even if it doesn't turn you into the alien if you eat this stuff, I guarantee you'll grow an extra ear. That was bad enough. Obviously, the FDA issued a recall. A few days later, it happened again. The FDA and NOAA, which I'll talk about in a second, found that there were 26,460 packages of shrimp cocktail and 18,000 bags of frozen cooked shrimp being sold once again at Walmart and at Kroger's throughout the United States.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so you just saw that clip, and I don't know about you, but my jaw is on the floor right now. Because what Senator John Kennedy just said is not something you hear every day in Congress. This man walked into the Senate chamber, pulled out a picture of the alien from the Alien movie, and started talking about radioactive shrimp at Walmart. And you know what? He was right to do it. Now, before we dive into the full video, this channel is all about holding people accountable and talking about things that actually matter to regular people. And what matters more than the food on your dinner table being radioactive? I am not making this up. Cesium-137 in shrimp at Walmart, at Kroger, across the United States. So we're going to watch this full clip together, and I will break down everything Senator Kennedy is saying, because honestly, this man deserves a standing ovation for bringing this to the floor. If you care about food safety, if you care about what you are putting in your body, if you care about the government actually doing its job, smash that like button, subscribe if you are new, and let us get into it.
Mr. President, this is a photograph of the alien from the movie Alien. This is what you could end up looking like if you eat some of the raw, frozen shrimp being sent to the United States by other countries. Now, let me tell you what I'm talking about. In late August, the FDA found that raw frozen shrimp from Indonesia was being sold in Walmart, specifically in Walmart stores in Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Mississippi, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Texas, and West Virginia. It was being sold under the Walmart label called the Great Value label. If you eat it, how could you end up looking like the alien in the Alien? Because the shrimp was radioactive. I kid you not. It had a radioactive isotope in it called cesium-137. It'll kill you. Even if it doesn't turn you into the alien if you eat this stuff, I guarantee you'll grow an extra ear. That was bad enough. Obviously, the FDA issued a recall. A few days later, it happened again. The FDA and NOAA, which I'll talk about in a second, found that there were 26,460 packages of shrimp cocktail and 18,000 bags of frozen cooked shrimp being sold once again at Walmart and at Kroger's throughout the United States, containing the same radioactive isotope. How could this happen in America? This is unconscionable. I'll tell you how. Because that shrimp from other countries which don't abide by the same rules that we abide by in America, which if you eat it will may turn you into the alien, and at a minimum will cause you to grow an extra ear. It's not being inspected. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be inspected by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. We call it NOAA. It's part of the Department of Commerce. And yes, they're inspecting some of it, about 1%. On a good day, 2%. The United Kingdom inspects 50% of the foreign seafood coming into its nation. Even China does a better job than the United States of America. This is unconscionable, Mr. President. There is no excuse for it. There is no excuse for it. This shrimp, and I'm not just picking on Indonesia, it's other countries. This shrimp is grown in conditions that you can't possibly imagine. Dirty water. They shoot the shrimp full of antibiotics. I confess I didn't know they were shooting them full of this radioactive isotope. But the normal antibiotics that they put in these foreign shrimp are bad enough. That if you eat enough of the foreign shrimp, you become resistant to certain bacteria here in America, because the antibiotics don't work on it anymore, because you've eaten so many shrimp that contains the antibiotics. This is unconscionable, and it should not be happening in the United States of America. Now, I'm biased. I believe in homegrown Louisiana shrimp, fresh, out of the Gulf, not radioactive. But I understand that some stores prefer to buy foreign shrimp because it's cheaper. Now we know why. The damn stuff's radioactive. And NOAA needs to do a better job of inspecting the shrimp that is sold from other countries who don't abide by the same standards we do to the consumers in the United States of America.
Okay, so we just watched the whole thing, and I have thoughts. First, can we appreciate Senator John Kennedy for a second? This man is not up there hiding behind political jargon or big words trying to confuse people. He brought a picture of the alien to the United States Senate to make his point clear to everyday Americans, and honestly, it worked. Because now you remember this. You are not going to forget the radioactive shrimp story, and that is exactly the point. Now, let's talk about what he actually said, because the substance here is genuinely alarming. Cesium-137 showed up in imported frozen shrimp being sold at Walmart and Kroger across 13 states. That is not a minor quality control issue. Cesium-137 is a byproduct of nuclear fission, the same isotope found after nuclear accidents, and it was in food that families across America were buying and potentially feeding to their kids. That should make every single one of us furious. Then it happened again. A second batch. Over 26,000 packages of shrimp cocktail and 18,000 bags of frozen cooked shrimp. The first recall was not even cold yet, and there was already a second wave. That tells you this is not a one-off mistake. This is a systemic failure. Here is the part that really gets me, and Senator Kennedy nailed this. NOAA, the agency supposed to be inspecting the stuff, is checking 1 to 2% of foreign seafood coming into this country. 1 to 2%. The UK is checking 50%. Even China is doing more than us. How is that acceptable? We are supposedly the most powerful nation on Earth, and we cannot inspect more than 2% of the seafood coming through our ports. And the radioactive contamination is only part of the story. A lot of this imported shrimp is loaded with antibiotics, grown in dirty, overcrowded conditions in countries that do not follow the same food safety standards we are supposed to have here. The long-term effect of eating antibiotic-laced shrimp contributes to antibiotic resistance in your body. So even if it does not glow in the dark, it is still doing damage over time. I get it. Stores sell foreign shrimp because it is cheaper and cost matters, especially right now. But cheaper should not mean radioactive. There has to be a basic standard below, which we simply do not go, and right now that standard does not exist in any meaningful way. Senator Kennedy is biased toward Louisiana shrimp. He said so himself, and honestly good. We need people in government who are passionate advocates for American products, American farmers, and American fishermen. Gulf shrimp is clean, fresh, and responsibly caught, and it is being undercut by foreign imports held to no real standard. So, what is the takeaway? NOAA needs more funding, more inspectors, and a much higher inspection rate. Congress needs to act. And we as consumers need to pay attention to where our food comes from. Check the labels. Ask questions. Understand that imported seafood may not have gone through the same scrutiny as domestic products. Senator Kennedy said it best. This is unconscionable, and there is no excuse for it. If this video opened your eyes even a little bit, please share it. Send it to your family group chat. Post it on your socials. This is the kind of thing people need to know about, and the more eyes on this issue, the more pressure there is to actually fix it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay informed, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.